Right around when we started out, after rehearsals each night, just as the rest of the guys were off chipping, I used to like nothing better than getting in my car and just driving. LA is perfect for cruising. It's all freeway. Out on the tarmac, there's no interaction, just reflection in chrome and glass. I guess that's why I took to touring so well. This one night, I was prowling aimlessly, deliberately going nowhere slow, which is harder than you'd think when every road leads somewhere. Just me, a cigarette, and the tape deck loaded with all my driving greats. Highway to Hell, Back in Black, Zepp, Early Sabbath, Priest, doing nothing but driving and singing, smoking, and practicing my scales. It was somewhere off Inglewood that I heard the strangulated whoop of the blue siren and the lights flashing to pull me over. Fucking pigs, I thought, why now? They did the whole loud hailer bit. Step out the vehicle, turn around slowly, get your hands where I can see them, now on your knees. I complied, silently cursing them, but glad I was clean. Just a good tax-paying, on cigarettes anyway, citizen who can't sleep nights. They eyed me suspiciously, ran their checks, searched my motor, spoke like I wasn't there, then said, "It's not him. This skinny fuck couldn't kill a rabbit," and laughed. "Are you a faggot, son?" said one. "No," I said, emotionless. "Then why are you listening to faggot music?" Then, before I could answer, "You ever heard of the Night Prowler?" What was this, a trick question? Sure, I've heard of the song, AC/DC. Yeah, well, in case you hadn't noticed, some sick fuck is stalking Cali girls and killing them. Word is, he likes faggot music too. How do we know you're not the Night Stalker? Prowler, because I'm not, that's why. "What do you think, Bill?" one said. "Nah, this ain't him. This faggot's too white for our guy." Then they laughed. They drove off. About a week later, they caught some fruit called Richard Ramirez, America's latest serial asshole, the Night Stalker. I laughed when I saw his picture. That guy was too ugly to be me. Duff used his Seattle connections to get us some shows up there. Decent guarantee, rider, cool beans. But this is guns, and nothing goes smooth. Power lines buried deep beneath feed energy to twisted strips of neon. Close up, they're a jumble of abstractions, but step back to the bar beneath the icy air-con curtain, and the lurid letters spell out two words in gaudy, suggestive italics. The Cat House. Here the cats totter on heels like saber-toothed tusks, wrap boa legs round polished poles, and thrust poodle-trimmed pussies with pelvic precision from floor to mirror ball sky, and back again for men with crooked teeth and pudgy fingers, and alligator wives laid languidly in condo homes. The cats are creatures of rare talent, reborn with names like fine wines or cheap paintings or pawned gemstones. Ebony, Chardonnay, Crystal Clear, Amber Sunrise, Little Magenta, Silicone Sally, Aqua Surprise. And in the midst of this menagerie I sit, slumped upon my drink, dreamily feeding folded notes into the hip-side slot between thong and flesh. A little drunk, a little jaded, but perfectly at home in this corrupted creche, this playground of strays, fugitives, chimeras, runaways. Only shards of the previous night remain, embedded in my flesh as bleak reminders. The perfectly circular germs burn from an errant cigarette, like we're back in '81. The scratch marks across my back. The bruises to shins, arms, and elbows. Knuckles all twisted and busted like the keys of a piano that's fallen from a 12-story window. Throat hoarse, nasal passages burning, dirty gums bleeding, and distended tongue sore and swollen from eating the pussy of that girl in the Toys in the Attic t-shirt and pixie boots. The taste of her dirty hole rotting in my mouth like a skip rat that crawled in there and died. Kidneys trying to box their way out from the inside, heart thumping irregular, lungs like a rusted cheese grater, a chipped front tooth from a beer bottle that actually makes me look pretty fucking cute, and finally, a foreskin that looks like the shed skin of a snake that slithered off into the undergrowth. My self-administered autopsy over, I stand slowly and glide to the shower, stopping briefly in the kitchen to find, yes, a couple of cold ones left in the fridge. I crack one open and drink it down, cold jets to my temples. Tommy's a puppy, a big dumb dog with a big dumb dick, twirling sticks. Mars is a freak, a crooked corpse propped up to play, an electrified cadaver. Vince is a pimp, a peroxide slut. He'd fuck anything for a buck. Then there's Six, who OD'd, prick. The way he looked, eyeballs rolling, fucking sick.
Some high school jocks are looking at us funny, so Axl walks right up to them and socks the biggest one of them. He falls silently like a giant redwood. His friends just stand there looking at us, not sure what to do. Then one of them goes, "Oh, you West Coast fags are gonna get it now." But just as he says this, our crew guys just happen to walk out the diner. They see what's up and casually pull out bike chains and knuckle dusters from nowhere. With a whoop and a scream, we charge them. 5 guns plus his mini crew. And even though it's been feeling like things are falling apart, momentarily, we're that gang again. That gang who came together with a shared dream, a shared vision. And even though Axl will later trash the bus for a brief moment, we're an army united by adversity.
We did what every rock star does in New Orleans after dark. We scored some baggies of brown and bindles of white, and we hit the bars long into the night. Sat in one session with dudes who claimed they taught Robert Johnson, Blind Lemon Jefferson, and Huddy Leadbelly everything they knew. And who were we to argue when we weren't packing heat? Slash was in his element. Steven played with brushes. Duff bought rounds for everyone. Izzy was MIA. I just sat there taking it in with 2 hot black chicks. It was the end of our North American tour. I celebrated by banging them both in the car park. When the baby boom president is talking about his weed smoking days and getting as many hot blowjobs as the rock stars are, you just know that the world is more fucked up than ever. But then I guess you knew that already. Jesus, you only have to ask Elton or Freddie, God rest his soul. They'd tell it you straight out, no pun intended. I like faggots, but I couldn't eat a whole one. But seriously, I've had some bad experiences with homos in the past, diddling with me when I was a kid and whatnot. And all that N-word stuff, man, to all the haters, I say lighten up. I was making a serious point about racism and prejudice, and the way all y'all reacted just proved my point, that the world is fucked up. But maybe, just maybe, if we all open our hearts and our minds one day, all the fags and the blacks and the other afflicted minorities will join together with the real Americans to fight terror together and party on down to the music of G and F and R. And then I'll be able to sit back and survey the black dudes fucking the white hoes and the fags blowing each other's poles, and I'll smile and I'll be like, I guess my work here is done. I was crazy about this girl. For 4 years, it was L-O-V-E, love. I was a 24-year-old hungry nothing, she a 19-year-old model/angel. 2 lost kids with fuck-ups for parents. She's the chick I wrote Sweet Child of Mine for. She's the chick I quit drugs for. The chick I washed my clothes for. One day I'm so overwhelmed, so consumed by passion, I propose without thinking. I say to her, if you don't marry me, Aaron, I'll blow my brains out right now. And she's laughing and going, oh yeah? What with? A hairdryer? And though her sarcasm makes her cuter, and I'm laughing along too, deep down she knows I'm packing. Deep down she knows I'm serious about this. So a few days later, we drive to the desert and have ourselves a good old crummy Vegas shotgun wedding in some tacky joint called the Cupid Wedding Chapel, somewhere just off the strip at 4 a.m. We spend the wedding night shooting craps, ordering beluga from room service, and fucking noisily. It was a time, man. But even then, the arguments were already commonplace. Drunk, dumb shit with lots of screaming and hurling of household objects. Just like all regular kids in love, you know? But this girl, she's a ball breaker. Always all up in my shit so that sometimes I can't breathe, can't move, can't think. And one day she's cleaning my CDs and I just snap. Back off, bitch. Leave now before I turn your ass out to the gangbangers. I mean, this chick made me feel like OJ. And all I knew was I didn't want to see myself on Fox News one day, heading a dumbass 20 miles per hour live TV car chase. We reconciled, fought, reconciled again, a spin cycle of love and hate. I guess sometimes my temper got the better of me. When that red mist descended like a curtain after an encore, I guess maybe I lashed out on occasion, but you gotta understand, I was fronting the world's biggest rock band. I had big deals going down, people to keep in line, songs to write, people to hire, people to fire. When she miscarried, I knew it was over. The children and us were still best friends, but the adults had taken over, soured the mood, spoiled the party. Everything was corrupt and everything was rotten. Everything had gotten crazy. We nearly killed those crazy spirits that brought us together, but in the end, it just couldn't work. 8 months later, I had that shit annulled, filed for divorce, and got myself a new girl. The simple version is, 6 long years ago, I got arrested for teaching some security bitch a life lesson after he beat on one of my buddies in the crowd in Atlanta. Back there today, I could feel vibes that were wholly negative, and I'm just not that guy anymore. Today, I'd put a bullet in the back of any yellow-shirted asshole who much as even talks to me. So, on the advice of my lawyer, my manager, and taking into account my current parole obligations, we decided to pull the show. I'm not willing to be a sitting duck for the police. I'm familiar with that experience. I don't like this wallpaper. The view is bullshit. That's not a bed, it's a fucking postage stamp. The aircon sucks, or maybe it blows. Either way, lose it. There's no absinthe in the minibar. I don't like that concierge. He looks like a narc. There's only 2 jacuzzis. Where's the third? The ceilings are too low, or maybe the floor is just too high. Either way, change them. You could only fit 4 people in that tub at a squeeze. Is this some sort of joke? I'm tired. I don't need this. Is this place east-facing? I specifically asked for east-facing. What's that smell? It smells like ass. Lose it. No white truffle omelets? This room service is a joke. Those curtains are fag curtains. The tap water is too cold. The gym equipment's useless. The elevator is too small. I don't like the architect. Can we sue? I guess I'll do what I always do. Suffer in silence because some asshole in the organization couldn't be bothered to find something more suited to my tastes because it's too late to change. Because I've got a show to do. I mean, what city are we in anyway?